Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit that notification bell. So every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. So let's get into a couple of articles dealing with black men in the Democratic Party, because it seems like the Democratic Party has no use, no love for strong heterosexual black men. And it's just blatant. Now, you recall recently there were a series of calls made on Zoom or whatever that where different groups raise money for Kamala Harris's, campaign fundraiser. I think first you had the black women where they raised, about $1.5 million. Then you had next actually had black men. I think just regular heterosexual black men, what have you. They raised like about the same amount of money. Then you have white women and they raised like $8 million. And then you had like white men, they raised like almost $5 million. But you also had another group, which is what we'll get into later in this story. But yet you heard about all these groups doing calls. You saw the stories and the articles, and they was in the news for days. But you didn't hear a whole lot about the black men who raised money also. It's like it was like an afterthought, which is quite interesting, right? Really interesting. Just think about it. You remember when also a few days ago when Donald Trump went to the NABJ and spoke on that stage, there was nothing but black women journalists. But I'm sure there are many of black men journalists who could have asked Donald Trump some questions, but it just wasn't. So you look at that, and then you look at when Kamala Harris do her speeches, she always talking about women's reproductive rights, and she get big cheers from the crowd. And then you see a bunch of white women in the crowd, which, let's just be honest, that's probably the main reason why white women are supporting Kamala Harris, is because of that whole reproductive right thing. It's crazy, but it is what it is. But anyway, we're going to get into this because, yeah, there are just a few instances to where it shows that, like I say, and then you wonder why black men are going over to Trump. Because see, the problem is, I don't know why women think that, or our women think that if you talk bad about us, you diss us, you disrespect us in public, that we just gonna lower our heads, shrug our shoulders, drop our shoulders, and just follow along behind you to the ballot box and vote Democrat. Hell no. If they not doing nothing for me, look at here. You might could do like little kids, little simps, cash that don't make no money, ain't got no business, or ain't trying to, who ain't really trying to do nothing in their life. You're just happy that somebody with somebody who want to do the same bullcorn they doing. Whatever. You might get the little simps like that. But for a dude who's really looking into his future, the future of his family, for generations to come, that man is going to listen to the politicians, listen to the policies, and go to the polls based on policies, not based on a fake black woman, not based on a dude, Donald Trump, a white dude. Y'all try to say we're the closest thing to white supremacy, but yet you got a solo on a totem pole. It's kind of like an oxymoron. It's not based on no dude, no female. It's based on what can you offer me so that way I can better provide for myself and my family. Period. If you can't offer nothing, I might just won't vote for you. Like I say, might vote one way or the other, might go third party. Like I say, might write my own name in there. I don't know, but I'm not voting for somebody just because they almost look like me. It doesn't work that way. But yeah, like I said, you go to the GRO and it said 45,000 black men joined the call to raise $1.3 million for Kamala Harris. But what's funny is when I Googled black men raise money for Kamala Harris, the first story that came up? How black women in Hollywood are leading the charge for Kamala Harris. That's the first story that came up. Wait a minute. Don't let me say Google. Let me say Yahoo. Let me get a credit where credit is due. That's the first story that pops up. Then later on, it start, you see the articles about the black men, and then like I said, the GRO It talks about it, but here's the thing. What's kind of weird. You have out of all the people that somebody, Kamala Harris or her people, could have been on a call with. You know who they got on a call with? Matter of fact, Doug Emhoff, Kamala Harris's husband. He got on a call with a bunch of LMNOP black men in support of Kamala Harris, which is crazy. And what he said is something that really you would think would be controversial, seeing how she's trying to be the first lady. And usually they want to make sure there's no dirt on you, which especially if you're going to be claim to be black and try to run for president. Because you remember Obama, they said Obama used to date all these white women, but then once he got getting ready to get into politics, and they were saying, hey, if you want to be a politician, you're going to be that president, you need to stick to the black women, and that'll get you further, because ain't nobody going to vote for you if you got a snow bunny, under your arms. That's the word on the streets. And everybody's got to be squeaky clean, no problem. And you heard nothing about Obama, said maybe he smoked cigarettes, maybe smoked weed in college. I don't know. His way his lips look, he probably still smoked weed, but they weren't going to put that out there. And his wife, no problems, no issue. They try to make it seem like she was a dude or this, that, and the third. They try to push that so hard, and it's just water swept under the rug because, it don't make no sense. It don't matter. But it's funny because Kamala Harris's husband, he is not without controversy. As a matter of fact, before I get into the elemental P call, let me go to this. Where is it? I know it's here somewhere. Here we go. No, that's not it. It is, man. Okay. This is AOL.com by way of CNN, and it says Emhoff acknowledges affair during first marriage after tabloid hit. Vice President Kamala Harris's husband, Doug Emhoff, acknowledged Saturday in a statement to CNN that he had an affair during his first marriage after the alleged details of the relationship were published by a British tabloid. Quote, during my first marriage, Kirsten and I went through some tough times on account of my actions. I took responsibility, and in the years since, we worked through things as a family and have come out stronger on the other end, Emhoff said in a statement provided exclusive to CNN. The statement comes after the Daily Mail. I'll tell you, I like to look at the Daily Mail because they put stories out and put like details like real journalists should do. Reported that Emhoff had a relationship with one of his then young daughter's teachers, which resulted in the end of his first marriage. The relationship and the circumstances around it were known for 4 years ago to Joe Biden's vetting committee, as Harris was herself going through the running mate process before being picked for the ticket. A person familiar with the conversations told CNN. The person also said that Emhoff had told Harris about the affair well before they got married. The relationship ended years before Emhoff began dating Harris. He said the Daily Mail reported the woman became pregnant and that, according to a close friend, she did not keep the child. So there goes your woman's productive rights, promotion right there, letting you know that, showing you how that they are pro deletion of babies in the womb. Sometimes you just have to connect the dots. Sometimes you might think things are not, things don't add up, but sometimes you can pull something from here, pull something from there. You keep pulling, and eventually it all sews up like a nice little quilt, and you spread it out, and you can see exactly. You see this beautiful canvas, and it shows it puts everything in perspective, and it shows the true picture that's right there in your face, but you can't see it because it's just not together. It said the woman who CNN is not naming did not return a voicemail on Saturday afternoon looking for comment. Kirsten Emhoff said, that's his ex-wife, said, Doug and I decided to end our marriage for a variety of reasons many years ago. He's a great father of our kids, continued to be a great friend to me, and I'm really proud of warm, supportive, blended family Doug, Kamala, and I have built together. Let me tell you something else to think about. Kamala Harris marrying this dude, right? You know his past, You know why they broke up, what he has a propensity for. But you still dated and married him. Why? Because the dude got money. Dude got a lot of money. The dude is like a Silicon Valley. No. He was a lawyer. He's a lawyer. That's right. How to forget that? Lawyer, multi-millionaire. Got a lot of properties, got a lot of money in the bank. There's some things that people look, and she's trying to move up. One, she needs security. She's a woman, needs security. And you're trying to move up politically, advance your life. What better to do than get a well-known lawyer who's got a lot of money that can help you move forward. Just the aesthetics alone can help you move forward in your political or professional career. I mean, hey, it's just America, you know? But yeah, so he, like I said, had an affair with, one of his daughter's teachers. She got pregnant. They got rid of the baby. Water on the rug, right? Woman's bodily productive rights. I'm quite sure people get deals and get perks if you go along with the crowd. But then we want to go to this here. Now, back to the original story. Like I say, they will, of all the people to get on the story with, to get on a call with and to tell your story, it's, well, like I say, it's the LMNOP community. But let's get to that story. This is from the Huff Post. And it says, Doug Emhoff reveals the moment he learned of Biden's exit, and it involves Soul Cycle. Now, there are a couple of other sites you can go to and read. I saw it at first. It was fun. There's one called pride.com and one called The Advocate. But when you read it, I just didn't feel comfortable reading it, because if I'm reading it, and the words come out of my mouth, it might make me feel a little sassy. And I'm like, nah, I got to find me just a hopefully unbiased a site to read it from. So like I said, this is from HuffPost. This said the second gentleman recounted the story during a video call event organized by Harris supporters titled Black, Gay, and Queer Men for Harris. So you won't get on a call with straight black men and to raise money for your wife. You get on the call with black gay men. Why? Because they had the same mindset and feelings of black women. So you're trying to pander to them to get them votes. And come on, you know that they probably look at Doug Emhoff as a zaddy, somebody they probably want to be with. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a white man with a lot of money. Let's just be honest. What did it say? Second gentleman Doug Emhoff revealed where he was when he learned that the president, Joe Biden, had dropped out of the 2024 presidential race on Sunday. Emhoff, the husband of Vice President Kamala Harris, told Harris supporters in a video call, and this dude was not ashamed to even say this, on Thursday that he was in a Soul Cycle class with friends in West Hollywood, California, around when Biden confirmed he was leaving the race, according to the Los Angeles Times. The second gentleman explained that his group went out for coffee immediately after the cycling class, but that he left his phone in his car during his workout and so didn't immediately hear the news. Men, I want all my straight brothers out there to pay attention to what I just read and tell me what's the first thing you thinking. First thing I'm thinking is, I'm thinking about that woman, my phone and that woman, and I'm going to a cycling class. Think about if you go fishing, if you go work out, go play basketball. In this day and age, I can't think of a reason to leave your phone in the car, especially if your wife is a vice president of the United States. I can't think of one reason. And you got Secret Service around you. One of them can't hold your phone. Going to a cycling class, they don't have you don't have lockers. You don't take a bag in there with you. Put the phone down by your. I know people want our private time. Don't want to be disturbed. I get it. I'm the same way. Certain times, you put your phone down, put it up somewhere I'll be back. I get it. But to say you left it in a car, that woman ain't going for that. A real black woman ain't going for that. I'm sorry. Ain't gonna try to hear it, but let's keep it going. He says, my friend's partner said, you need to look at this. And I said, what? He recounted during the video call event, which was titled Black, Gay, and Queer Men for Harris. Amazing. Imhoff said that his friends then showed him Biden's letter to the country announcing his exit. Of course, I didn't have my phone. Why wouldn't you have your phone? Like I said, why ain't no women, like say, sitting here questioning? I done read this article like in 3 different places, and you go to the comments, I don't see too many women questioning why this dude left his phone. Because if it was one of us, regular people, it'd been all kind of questions. You know what? And I'm gonna prove that because never mind. Of course, I didn't have my phone, so I ran and got into the car, and of course, my phone is just on fire. First, I don't know how hot it is in California because you can leave your phone in the car because it's too hot. You mess your phone up like that. Right. And it's basically call Kamala from everyone he counted. And of course, the first thing Harris said was, where the blank were you? I need you. Imhoff added that life for his family since has been a whirlwind. And it talks about the history. Now, hold on. Now I read that. God, now I'm going to have to go to this other. Dang it. Now I'm gonna have to go to this other site. So I'm gonna go to the Advocate and read the part that were left out. So bear with me. This is from the advocate.com, but it shows you how the media would try to, may skew some stuff a little because they don't want the controversy out there. But yet you bring it upon yourself. It says Kamala Harris's husband learned about Biden dropping out while with his gay friends. What? It said Kamala Harris is already a queer fave, from officiating gay weddings in San Francisco to standing up for the gender affirming care to serving in a photo from the 80s that has lesbians and everywhere swooning. She's clearly here for us. And it's apparent the second gentleman is too. Now, this is, like I said, this is from the Advocate, which is one of them LMNOP links. But hey, you got to read. You got to get your news from everywhere, okay? It turns out Doug Imhoff was having coffee with his gay besties after a Soul Cycle class in West Hollywood when he got the news that Biden was dropping out of the race, leaving his wife as the most viable Democratic choice. Soul Cycle, West Hollywood, and gay BFFs. I ain't reading that part. Imhoff relayed this story while on a call for Black, Gay, and Queer Men for Harris, where he spoke after out gay CNN anchor Don Lemon and other prominent Black queer men had a turn at the mic, the Los Angeles Times report. We're out there having coffee, messing around and talking. No, this is a quote now. We're out there having coffee, messing around and talking, and people are coming up to me. So it's now like after the announcement has gone out and my friend's partner said, you need to look at this. And I said, what? Imhoff said, all the men on the call that was meant to be an informal gathering focused on organizing and fundraising. Of course, I didn't have my phone, so I ran and got out the car. Of course, my phone was just on fire, and it's basically call Kamala from everyone. Of course, first thing he said, where the F are you? I need you. Sounds like a woman. Sounds like what a woman will say. You ain't answering that phone. I'm surprised she ain't show up to where he was at because, good Lord, man, we have all been there. But you call them, they never answer. Phone dead, they sleep, they ain't hear it, but they always scrolling all day when you there. But yet, you put your phone down just for 5 minutes, don't answer, 30 seconds later, send a text, you don't answer 30 seconds later, they calling back and back, they calling your job, they calling everybody. It's like, damn, you didn't get a chance to even, take the gloves off and wash my hands. Kamala's hubby wanted to be so focused on hanging out with his gay besties that he left his phone in the car. It's probably the cutest piece of information to come out in the election cycle. Look at her. Go to advocate.com and find and read this for yourself. What did it say? Later, Imhoff talked about his wife's desire to fight against bullies, a sentiment the LMNOP community is familiar with, but now we've got to support Kamala Harris because she has a vision of America that we all have a place in. He said she's talking about the future, not the past. She's talking about a world where there's freedom, a world where we value everyone, a world where we stick up for people, a world where we fight against bullies and we're fighting against the ultimate bully right now. Like I said, I would not be surprised if, like I said, Kamala was chosen. You got those that are voted in and those that are chosen. And I wouldn't be surprised if she was another one that was chosen, especially for this LMNOP community and for the baby deletion rights. And they probably put all this stuff is probably all put in place in order to promote, create, and pass and enforce an agenda. You just got to watch it. That's why I said you can't just look on your friends at CNN, MSNBC, or what have you, the GRIO, this, that, and the third, and think that's just all the news that you need. You got to go to all the sources, Fox, The Advocate, whatever the case, Daily Mail. You got to hit them all. And even some of the grassroots media, you got to get them all, because you're going to miss something. In order to get a full and clear picture, you got to show no bias. You got to have an open mind on what you read. Now, like I said, when I go back to, what is this? The Huff Post, it says he was on there for black, gay, and queer men. So you want to like, why? And I'm trying to look. I'm going to look at it again. And he said, my friend's partner said, you need to look at this. I understand that. But, that could be skewed because a lot of these women, they love to use the word partner now. You know what I'm saying? They always say when they're looking for a man, they're looking for a partner. That's the first thing they say. No, nobody looking for a husband. So that's why I don't like that word, because I don't like words that you can just interchange freely and people not really know what you could be talking about and then mess around and it does flip around a different way for the agenda, and everybody's looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's my thing. Like I said, that's just a small piece. I know other people have said a lot of different things about how the Democratic Party is not for the black man, but this year, like I said, this is just another little small snippet that, that the man got on a call with gay black dudes to support the LMNOP community, but nobody's supporting anything with, for black men, for black families at all. Nothing specifically for black people, but you are helping, like I said, you're going to help. Like I said, I think the baby deletion thing is really for the white women. And then you're going to do something for, like I say, the alphabet community. What you're doing for black men, but you got black men raising money for you. It just don't make sense. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below, share it with the world. Let's have some dialogue, y'all. Hey, I want to thank y'all for watching. But remember, there's 4 ways you can also support the channel. It doesn't cost you nothing financially. And that's a like, share, comment, and subscribe. All 4 ways probably cost you no more than maybe a couple of minutes out your day, but it means the world to me. But if you would like to support financially, you can get super thanks, super chats, or go to the description box. There are links there you can click on. As like, for example, you can go to marlonmorale.com where we have products that you can actually buy, tangibles, luxury, nice products like colognes, perfumes, silk scarves for ladies, do-rags, beard products, hanging toiletry bags, and more. You can go on again, marlonmorale.com, and find, like I said, your luxury items there. And with that being said, I'll leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.